How's it going, everybody? Ty Sites, Shadow Games Report. Doing part 3 of Dead Space 3 tonight. Jeez, I haven't played this game in basically 2 months. I checked the date on the last video and I was like, holy crap. Gotta play Dead Space tonight. I love this series. I wish they would make a Dead Space 4. Honestly, it's been way too long. I don't know where they would pick up the series if they did. I guess they'd probably have to create a new character and whatnot. But, I definitely still want to see it. Like, even if they got to create, I don't know, some kind of side quest story with Clark. What's his name? I can't think of his damn name right now. Anyways, we're going to do about 30 minutes to an hour of news before we get into the game. We've got Cult Grand Treason. Lots of people have been digging through some of the old conspiracies around Obama. How he might be a groomed plant that was just kind of created to create and destroy America. I don't know what to believe anymore. I mean, I guess I tend to kind of believe some of what's along that path, which is why I named tonight's video Cult Grand Treason. I think that there's some type of cult network that has formulated this plan to destroy anything good, free, and great in this world, and to try to consume power for themselves. That's what Tie Sides is for. We are tyranny-siders. We are looking for these people. We got to clean up this world. We got to get rid of the corruption. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Should I cover the headlines first? What should I cover first? Yeah, let's go ahead and do the headlines. I might breeze through some of the headlines a lot faster than I normally do. But we got some interesting news with some trade and tariffs with US, Indonesia, Japan, and what was the other nation? South Korea. Let's see here. Indonesia announced it will eliminate tariffs on over 99% of its trade with the US and remove non-tariff barriers for American goods. In return, the US reduced threatened tariffs on Indonesian products from 32% to 19%. This still reflects ongoing U.S. efforts under the Trump administration to renegotiate trade terms globally, with Trump threatening tariffs of 20 to 50% on nations like Japan, South Korea, and Brazil to secure favorable deals. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and pause this and I'll focus on the news. U.S. immigration and deportation policies. The U.S. deported 238 Venezuelans to El Salvador, including dozens with active asylum cases as part of a prisoner swap freeing 10 Americans held in Venezuela. This follows a pattern of aggressive immigration enforcement, with additional deportations of alleged gang members to El Salvador. These moves have sparked debate over humanitarian concerns versus border security priorities. Jeffrey Epstein case developments. Pressure mounts on the Trump administration for transparency in the Jeffrey Epstein case. The Justice Department requested the unsealing of grand jury testimony, but Trump's base, including influencers like Laura Loomer and Charlie Kirk, criticized Attorney General Pam Bondi's handling of the case. Trump denied a Wall Street Journal report alleging he wrote a personal note to Epstein in 2003, calling it fake. A lot of that's old news. All right, let's focus on what's new. So, I guess if I were to believe the reports from earlier, it does sound like we are going to get some type of subpoena. Well, just to make sure I don't word that inappropriately, we are going to get some type of testimony from Ghislaine Maxwell in this regard. And it seems as if, I mean, Trump called for it, but it seems as if Pam Bondi is starting to move on that. I don't have all the clear details on it just yet. I was kind of careful with even mentioning it tonight. I mean, which I kind of am right now, just because I want to make sure that we're getting the correct narrative. Because there's been lots of contradicting reports, and sometimes I use different AI resources a little too much. And I'm starting to realize that sometimes that will lead me slightly astray. I mean, it's mostly accurate, but there's a few times where I feel like it will, I don't know, possibly pull from an older source or maybe some irrelevant data. Eric Mendez hospitalization. Eric Mendez, serving a life sentence for the murder of his parents, was hospitalized for kidney stones and an undisclosed serious medical condition. His attorney is seeking medical furlough from California Governor Gavin Newsom ahead of an August 2025 parole hearing. Reigniting discussions on prison healthcare and the Menendez brothers case. I don't know much about that case, so I'm not going to linger. We got the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Flip 7 launch. I thought it looked kind of cool. Um, I usually am like a generation or two behind on newer cell phones at this point, just because they just, I don't know, they lose so much value within a year. I'm just kind of like, why would I even buy a new cell phone at this point? But I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb for thinking that. Entertainment critical acclaim for Weapons movie. Horror film Weapons, directed by Zach Krager, starring Julia Garner, Aidan Ehrenreich, and Josh Brolin, received critical acclaim for its innovative storytelling blending psychological depth with horror. That sounds kind of good. I don't know if it's really relevant to the news, though. We are focusing more on geopolitical movements around the world. That and tech developments. Let's see what else we got. Geopolitical tensions and U.S. Russia Ukraine dynamics. We talked about the Odin project in Ukraine yesterday. The Odin drone systems that they got going on over there. I'm keeping track of it just because I think drone warfare is an excessively dangerous technology, considering some of the speeds that these more miniaturized drones can reach. Some might even have special technology. Some people speculate anti-gravity technology or some type of, I don't know, some type of new tech that allows it to get around undetected, not even give off a heat source, just kind of weird stuff like that. We covered a lot of that back in, I want to say, December of last year, maybe January of this year. Domestic policy, education and health program cuts. The Trump administration continued efforts to dismantle. Oh, wait, hold up. I didn't talk about this up here real quick. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio indicated no imminent deal between Ukraine and Russia despite ongoing conflicts, including a Russia attack on Kiev that killed 12 and injured 90. Trump called these strikes not necessary and urged Putin to stop, signaling a complex U.S. stance on the war. The U.S. will also committed to sending Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine amid strained relations with Putin. It does seem like we are focusing on sending defense weaponry to Ukraine at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the information is not being disclosed to us. I'm not too sure on what other weaponry is being sent. The only thing I've heard so far is the Patriot missiles. I'm sorry, Patriot air defense systems, just to make sure I'm not saying that incorrectly. Domestic policy, education and health program cuts. The Trump administration continued efforts to dismantle the education department with mass layoffs and funding cuts affecting summer programs at schools. Additionally, undocumented immigrants were barred from over a dozen health and education programs. I mean, they weren't ever supposed to be on them to begin with, so I don't know why we keep reading stupid points like this. They're illegal. They're not supposed to be using American tax dollars at all. The only case where they can use American tax dollars is if we send some type of care package to another nation. That's the only case, the only scenario. But if they come into our country illegally, why would we pay for anything for them? They're not even trying to become citizens. I don't know why we even allow visa workers, to be honest. But, I mean, unless they're trying to become citizens. I mean, yes, we can have foreign students come here and be educated, but it's like if they're not trying to become citizens, they're going to go back eventually. And if they're just staying here but not trying to become citizens, isn't that kind of weird? It's like, why would they stay here? And I'm all for getting rid of dual citizenship. I'm all for just going everything America only at this point. Like I said, I'm not against immigrants or anything. It's just more or less, I think that we just need to have a very strict stance towards how we grow a population. And we might even need to have a conversation around uh, online dating, and possibly even, I guess, the dropping birth rate here in America. Certain cultures have taught us to believe that we shouldn't have many children. Um, I don't know, I say cultures, but really it's kind of like propaganda. We're told that we're going to be overpopulated by a certain point, but we're actually losing quite a bit in numbers if you don't include the illegal population that filled up the country during the past few years. We also lost quite a few people throughout the pandemic for various reasons, not just the vaccine. Something that's not really talked about in the pandemic a lot is a lot of people were killed just through um, depression and isolation, and I guess not getting the appropriate medical attention that they needed during that time because, well, medical facilities were cut off in large extent. We had many empty hospitals, and I can confirm just by being around hospitals a lot during the pandemic. I went to quite a few different hospitals during that time period. I'd seen online different people recording online that, there was empty hospitals, and even in my local area, I noticed it quite a bit as well. Now, I wasn't allowed into certain areas, so I didn't get to see them, but all the areas that I was able to see, they were closed off. I mean, they just had basically the staff there, and um, never really saw too many patients or too much really going on. Kind of just seemed like people were collecting checks. Environmental policy shifts. Trump administration moved to eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in environmental justice programs at the EPA, raising concerns about environmental groups about increased oil and gas activity on public lands and higher greenhouse gas emissions. These actions align with Trump's deregulation agenda, but face opposition from environmental advocates. Meeting with Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Trump met with Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in the Oval Office. Comments on U.S.-China trade relations. Trump hinted at a potential trip to China to stabilize U.S.-China trade relations, emphasizing efforts to negotiate trade deals amid his broader tariff strategy. Response to Epstein case controversy. Already talked about that. Alright, I'm going to move on from this. Don't want to linger today. Trump announces massive trade deal with Japan with 15% tariffs. Yeah, he announced that it was a pretty big deal. I don't know if I mentioned that already. So yeah, 15% tariffs with Japan. I want to say that there was actually a lot more that was included with this particular. I'm just going to go ahead and click on it. Trump announced a new trade agreement with Japan featuring a 50% reciprocal tariff and 550 billion Japanese investment in the U.S. Wow, that's pretty massive for the Japanese. Okay, yeah, okay, this deal's pretty big. Wow, $500 billion has been invested into, I guess, the American economy. I'm interested. The deal follows months of negotiations and prior 24% tariff rate announced on April 2nd, with Trump threatening higher tariffs if no agreement was reached by August 1st. Well, cool. Japan came around a week early, so dang. Trump is impressing me with his trade deals. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still pissed off about everything with him and Israel, and just like him turning a blind eye towards Gaza. But when it comes to a lot of other things, I'm pretty happy. And that's going to be the weird place with this presidency, in my opinion. Where we see this major elephant in the room that seems to take advantage of us no matter what we do. And he just he doesn't care what they do. He just allows it. He enables it. He funds them. I'm gonna focus on the positive, guys, for right now. It's been really, really irking me lately. Um, Especially whenever you have so many fake Christians that will just turn a blind eye to everything to do with Israel. It just makes me very, very upset. Um, I feel like if there's one group I have a major problem with, and it's because I grew up Christian, I have a major problem with fake Christians. Like, I just can't stand them. I just hate hypocrisy. I can't deal with it anymore. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not dealing with it. All right. Trump announced that the United States finalized an unprecedented agreement with Japan, which he described as possibly the biggest ever, projecting that it would generate hundreds of thousands of jobs and yield 90% of the profits to the U.S. Hell yeah. Hundreds of thousands of jobs and yield. Okay. That sounds like it might be creating what I assume possibly some jobs within robotics towards building cars and robots and lots of different things. All right. I'm going to move on from this. We got other stuff to cover. I could speculate all day of what this means, but we got to keep going. Because I got some videos I want to go through too. Federal judge denies request to extend discovery deadline in Teresa Youngblunt case. Not too familiar with that. Spanish language Atlanta journalist Mario Guevara still in ICE custody. Tennessee inmate heart device must be turned off before execution to avoid shock risk. Doesn't make any sense. He's going to be executed anyways, so whatever. Pentagon tightens rules on getting medical waivers to join the military. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman warns of AI fraud crisis. Is he warning us about something? I just try to pay attention to any of the big AI news now. I mean, something weird could happen any day, guys. I mean, we're giving very powerful technology just to average people at this point. So, and people are going to create their own. That's another thing about all this tech. I know quite a few people that dabble in it, so it's not like it's going to be like a small little group that plays with stuff like this. I mean, not to mention all the militaries throughout the world playing with it. We're getting to a weird place. And yeah, let's see what Sam Altman's got to say. CEO of OpenAI cautioned that artificial intelligence ability to mimic voices poses a major risk of fraud for the finance sector. This warning stems from the growing ability of AI technologies to replicate voices and videos, enabling malicious individuals to circumvent security measures and carry out unauthorized financial transactions. Altman highlighted that some financial institutions still use voice print authentication, calling it a crazy thing to still be doing. He stressed new verification methods are needed. So I guess our voice is no longer capable of being a password. So be careful if you use that type of technology for any type of encryption. I don't know. I don't know too many people that even started using it, to be honest. The only scenario I can see that it's actually decent is whenever, let's just say, like Google Voice Assistant is trying to tell your voice apart from someone else in the car or something. But, you know, anyways, I'm going to keep going. He noted ChatGPT has 500 million users globally and said a significant impending fraud crisis terrifies him as AI clones get indistinguishable from reality. Federal Reserve Vice Chair Michelle Bowman, hosting the discussion, said partnering on solutions might be something we can think about, reflecting regulatory interest in addressing these risks. Huh. That makes me want to look into something real quick. Let's see what Trump said towards Jerome Powell today. Trump says he doesn't need advice on firing Jerome Powell, but I've still got some from Natalie Morris. Says in the Fed. Oh, is that from the redacted Natalie Morris? It is. What's up, Natalie? You're at the top of the list tonight. I like Natalie. She's pretty cool. And by the way, Natalie, I know you probably don't watch my stuff, but at the same time, if I ever say something off in the Rumble chat, just because I think you're cool, and I know you can take a joke, okay? So, if I ever said anything that seemed kind of weird, because I'm joking. Alright, let's clear that up. The Wall Street Journal ran a typically untruthful story today by saying that Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent explained to me that firing Jerome too late Powell, the worst Federal Reserve chairman in history, would be bad for the market. Nobody had to explain that to me. I know better than anybody what's good for the market and what's good for the USA. If it weren't for me, the market wouldn't be at record highs right now. It probably would have crashed. So get your information correct. People don't explain to me, I explain to them. So, we have Scott Bessent saying that he explained to Trump that firing Jerome too late Powell, the worst Federal Reserve chairman in history, would be bad for the market. So, interesting way to word things. So, Jerome Powell is saying that getting rid of Jerome too late Powell is the worst, would be bad for the market. I'm not sure how exactly, is not really explaining there. But Trump says that he doesn't need that to be explained to him, which is interesting. Why is he even having this tweet? This is kind of a strange truth post, to be having right now. I'm just trying to process this a little bit. It's kind of strange, right? I'm gonna think on that. James O'Keefe. Oh, this is from April 10th. Inside the Federal Reserve, hidden camera captures principal economist, Federal Reserve, talking about Jerome Powell's legacy as somebody who held the line against, like Trump, the influential agency responsible for maintaining a stable monetary system appears to not. Where to go? Appears to not just be establishing interest rates, but to be setting policies for desired social outcomes. Under Powell, the Fed has changed to think about equity issues like racial issues, think about wealth inequality as a part of the mandate. No, it's not. Wealth inequality is not a part of the mandate, just to be clear. This is his words, by the way. As part of the things we are following, think about climate change, which is starting to lose credibility by the day. Hismo, principal economist at the Federal Reserve, who prior to working at the Fed was an assistant professor at NYU. All right, anyways, I probably covered that a few months ago, so I'm not going to jump into that. So Trump is popping off. Too late, and the Fed are choking out the housing market with their high rate, making it difficult for people especially the young, to buy a house. He was truly one of my worst appointments. Sleepy Joe saw how bad he was and reappointed him anyway, and the Fed board has done nothing to stop this numbskull from hurting so many people. In many ways, the board is equally to blame. The USA is rocking. There is very low inflation, and we deserve to be at 1%. Saving $1 trillion a year on interest costs. I can't tell you how dumb too late is. So bad for our country. That was from July 8th, or I'm sorry, July 18th. So I reposted this earlier. President Trump demands Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell lower interest rates to 1%.
It's something you sort of have or you don't have. They don't. The job he's done is just terrible. He ought to raise interest rates. You know, we should be at 1%. We should be leading the world. Instead, we're paying 4%. And if you look at what that means, that's over $1 trillion in interest that we have to pay. That with the striking of a pen, we would be saving more than $1 trillion. Is that right, Scott? Yes, do you have anything to say about it? It's something you sort of have or you don't have. They don't. The job he's done is just terrible. He ought to raise.
To call me a treasonous liar was saying, hey, there are U.S. funded, DOD funded biolabs in Ukraine that should be secured because there's a war going on over there. And the last thing we or the world needs is anything going on in those biolabs being unleashed in a way that could pose a threat to people. That was seen as...
but I should just say, you weren't guessing.
No.
You got that, or it was confirmed in any case, in a public exchange in the Senate between Marco Rubio of Florida, the sitting Republican senator, and Victoria Nuland, the Undersecretary of State, who volunteered it on camera.
Yes.
So...
And it was on the DOD website talking about their long history of funding these biolabs, not only in Ukraine, but in many other countries.
Of course, because
around the world.
Outside U.S. law. Right, so they can, and it's bioweapons research, obviously. But you were just, I don't even think you said that. You just said basically what the Undersecretary of State said in the Senate.
All right. I didn't get to cover that video yesterday. Just kind of continuing the conversation around Tulsi Gabbard and her pointing out the corruption of the Biden and Obama administrations. She's on a roll lately. That was actually back whenever she was talking about Tucker, though. So it's actually a little bit older now. I will also continue with this in just a second. But to get back to Jerome Powell, I'm not sure if I covered this story too much. It kind of happened more over the weekend, I want to say. Or at least talked about more over the weekend. I don't think I talked about it as much last week. I think I talked a little bit about it, but just not as much as I wanted to.
I think if Jerome Powell stepped down, it would be a great thing. I don't know that he's going to, but he should. Jerome Powell's been very bad for our country. We should have the lowest interest rate on earth, and we don't. He just refuses to do it, and yet he's spending $2.5 billion rebuilding the Fed, the Federal Reserve building. And I don't know what he knows about building, but you talk about cost overrun. So he got this approved, and he started the work during the Biden administration. And he doesn't look like the kind of a guy, frankly, that wants to spend $2.5 billion. And it's very interesting because out of 71 economists, one person, me, and then one other person, I think from Wharton, got it right, and the others were all wrong in terms of the success of our country this quickly. We have no inflation. We have cash pouring in. It was me and somebody else. And I can tell you, I don't need 5,000 people working for me behind the scenes like Jerome Powell to tell him what he should say once a month, because they got it wrong. The Fed got it wrong. I call him too late. He's always too late. Every point cost us $360 billion. Think of that. And we should be 3 points. That's almost $1 trillion. approximately $1 trillion less we should be just with the signing of a piece of paper. So we'll see what happens.
All right. He said he was supposed to put out a message today. That's a parody account. President Trump just sent. That's from June 30th. The hell? Did he not say he was putting out a message today? Was that a fake report yesterday? Maybe it was. I don't know. President Trump says Fed Chair Jerome Powell is keeping interest rates high for political reasons. Embarrassing Mike Lee torched after posting fake Jerome Powell resignation letter. Was that what it was? People were putting out fake stuff? Confirmed Jerome Powell will be out soon. 4 minutes ago? He's still the Fed chair, but not for long. It's coming from some weird account, so... President Trump says Jerome Powell will be out soon as Federal Reserve Chairman. Bitcoin junkies, I don't know. I don't know if we can trust this. I heard that there was going to be some type of announcement today, but I don't think that was going to be it. Grok says no, Jerome Powell has not resigned as Fed chair. The viral letter is fake and AI generated. As reported by CNBC, The Hill and others, he remains in office amid political pressure, with his term ending May 2026. So he's got a little bit under a year to go if he's not taken up before then or steps down. Jim Cramer predicts that Jerome Powell will not resign as Fed Reserve Chair. I don't think he will either. Okay, well, I guess I'm done here. Back to Tulsi. Anna Paulina Luna says more files will be coming out next week. This is one of the biggest scandals in American history.
And I understand that there is more, perhaps, that you are going to come out with next week. And I was told that that's why they raided Mar-a-Lago, that they wanted to find the Trump-Russia documents that indicated there was absolutely no collusion and that there was no evidence to even start such an investigation. But Trump didn't have it there in Mar-a-Lago, but that's why they raided his house in 2022. Is that correct?
I don't have the details on the specifics of the Mar-a-Lago raid itself. Those are within the possession of the FBI. But there's no question in my mind that this intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered be published, which contained a manufactured intelligence document. It's worse than even politicization of intelligence. It was manufactured intelligence that sought to achieve President Obama and his team's objective, which was undermining President Trump's presidency and subverting the will of the American people. So yes, next week we will be releasing more detailed information about how exactly this took place and the extent to which this information was sought to be hidden from the American people, hidden from officials who would be in a position to do something about it. And that's really the point here that I think is most important, Maria, and you said it in your opening. Accountability is essential. for the future of our country, for the American people to have any sense of trust in the integrity of our democratic republic, accountability, action, prosecution, indictments for those who are responsible for trying to steal our democracy is essential for us to make sure that this never happens to our country again.
Okay, so I heard that there might be arrests within 2 weeks. It's not just me saying or thinking this, or me thinking that I heard this from somewhere. It seems like I actually did hear this somewhere. So take this with a grain of salt, but some people are saying that we might see arrests from all of this within the next 2 weeks. Guess we're going to see a big dish out of the information by next week, and then hopefully by the week after that, we will begin to see some people getting arrested, but take it with a grain of salt. We'll just have to wait and see. Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriend says Trump groped her in Trump Tower in 1993. His hands all over her breast and butt as Epstein watched. She even passed a polygraph and says Epstein
you say
confirmed
that
it.
Trump groped you in front of Epstein. I do want to note that CNN has spoken to 3 friends of yours who confirmed that you told them about this alleged incident over past decades. Can you tell me more about what happened that day and particularly how Trump and Epstein interacted?
Yeah, and before I get into the details of what happened, which, obviously I told you guys and I've shared with multiple outlets, the specifics of the assault that happened, I want to point out that I was polygraphed before I did all this by one of the most renowned examiners in the world. Michael Wolff has hundreds of hours of interviews with Jeffrey Epstein where Jeffrey confirmed to Michael what the two of them did to me long before I came out and told you all of this. So those are 2 critical data points that you need to have, and now I'll walk you through what happened. I was dating Jeffrey. He was always talking about Donald. It was his bestie and everything, and he was joking about how Donald thought I was hot, and Donald thinks I'm this or whatever, wants to talk to you, and he was telling me this as we were taking a walk down Fifth Avenue one day, and he said, let's stop in and see him at his offices. So we went up to his office in Trump Tower, and within a couple of minutes, Donald was outside of his door, and his hands were all over me. They were on my breasts, they were on my butt, they were on, my hips, up and down, while the two of them just kept having a normal conversation. I don't remember exactly what was in the conversation. Again, this was, we're talking this is 93 now. It was something about, it was irrelevant. It was like, oh, Stacey's career's on fire. She just did Sports Illustrated again, blah, 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 blah. And they were back and forth smiling and grinning and carrying on a conversation while Donald ran his hands all over me. And, when that happens in broad daylight in someone's office and an assistant's walking back and forth, you're in shock. If it happens in a dark alleyway, right, you defend yourself. But when it's hidden in its brazenness like that, which is Donald Trump's forte, you go into shock. So I froze, and it was over and very quickly. It was a few minutes, and then we got back in the elevator, and Jeffrey's energy had changed. He was like seething. He was enraged. He wouldn't make eye contact with me, and then we got out on the street on Fifth Avenue. And he looked at me and he just started yelling at me, saying, why did you let him do that? And he was so enraged. And then I remember thinking, like, why did I? I felt like I was coming back into my body at that moment. And I was confused.
Why did Epstein allow it? If he cares, The general says they oppose Tulsi because she knows what the Democrats did. Let's see who you really are. Well, if it isn't our old friend, President Obama. So we also have this story about organ donations being taken from, I don't know if it's American bodies, but I guess just really different victims that could be pronounced dead too soon or even prematurely.
So the baby's worth $500,000.
Who's paying that?
In the chain of delivery, just on time delivery. Each organ's worth a lot of money. And so, but if you kill them right on the spot, they're like, why are we wasting this 7 pounds of meat? So see, if they can keep them alive, and now they've built these new wings. They've built new wings. Now I can pull up. They have wings where they go, oh, we consider the baby dead. The mother decided it didn't live. If she decides we resuscitate and it lives, but it didn't resuscitate, its flesh, it's a legalese, it's passed into a special ward with doctors that make a few million a year, and the little flesh ball is kept alive and comfortable until all the orders come in, the planes land, and they take the organs, then they take the blood, and they take the skin, Joe. You see how it works? Now
Dude,
you know
you're freaking
why.
me out with this voice.
No, but see, it's a Southern loving voice. You see, my dad knew organ harvesters in Dallas, and he said, don't sign your organ donor card. They've got corrupt hospitals where if you're totally viable, they take your organs.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
then I said, Dad, you're crazy, but I didn't sign the organ donor card. And then my dad owned a hospital, too, in Dallas. Then when I was a decade later at my grandparents' house before my grandpa died, watching 60 Minutes, and it was Dallas, Texas, and Chicago caught killing people that were viable to take their organs tonight, the 60 Minutes expose. And it was the freaking hospital my dad told me about.
Jesus Christ.
So, Joe, that's what I'm telling you is, were you at the kitchen table when you were 8 hearing about cyborgs? See, that's why I know about this. My dad never got fully into it. He decided to get out of it. And he decided to get out of it. He decided...
You're legitimately freaking me the fuck out.
Joe, I will...
Do you want Alex Jones in your personal circle? Do you want Alex Jones at your campfire circle telling you ghost stories and shit? Like, the thing with Alex Jones is that they're not ghost stories at all. Alright. Anna Kasparian, is that her? Yeah, that's how you say her name. Working for the Young Turks still, but well, I don't know. I think she needs to leave if she hasn't already. She needs to go off and start her own podcast. She's too pretty for that show, if you ask me. American taxpayers who are desperate for a better life here in America. This is a quote, so I'm just going to let her speak.
American taxpayers who are desperate for a better life here in America. They need to hand over billions of dollars to the Israeli government and the IDF, and we need to shut the F up about any of our critique. AIPAC is evil. AIPAC is evil. Evil. My fellow Americans, are you okay with that? Are you okay with a lobbying group representing the best interests of a foreign government telling you you need to bust your ass every day, work a job that you likely hate, and have a portion of your earnings taken from you by our federal government and funneled to the Israeli government so they can commit atrocities in the Gaza Strip? Are you okay with that? Because I'm not okay with that. And nothing gets under my skin more, okay, than hearing these pieces of crap say things that make it clear that they feel entitled to our money. Entitled. That gets under my skin more than you guys understand, okay? American taxpayers who are
100%. 100%. And there's no doubting in my mind at all that Trump is enabling all of it. But is he trying to play friends with what really appears to be the enemy to take advantage of the enemy later? I hate that 5D chess talking point as much as anybody. I guess there's still just a small part of me that tries to hold on to that, though. That hopefully all of this is being done for a greater reason, to try to untangle us from the Federal Reserve and different people that are highly associated and affiliated with the Israel government, the UN, and all these different globalist type institutions that have dug their fingers into our government. I've got a good video that'll help explain this too. Just gotta get to it here in a minute. Let's see. I guess Tesla's gonna have like these retro futuristic diners installed in different places. He's also gonna have supercharger sites at these places. So it's kind of like an interesting way to have charging stations, but also, I guess you can eat there. I mean, God, with all the crap we hear about McDonald's and everything else, it kind of makes you want to ensure that you're eating a real burger. Yeah. There's something I watched earlier about that, and I'm just kind of like, well, I'm glad I don't really eat a lot of fast food burgers anymore. A lot of times I go to the store and I get my meat now. But yeah, if anybody's still doing that, you might not be eating the meat that you think they're eating. You might be eating something else. Every influencer that received money to promote the COVID vaccine must be prosecuted with aiding and abetting mass murder, says Liz Churchill. I'm not going to play this whole video.
It's vaccination day. It's vaccination day. It's vaccination day. Appointments are open. I'm group 4. I don't have to stay here anymore. I'm sick of eating takeout on these plates. The time indoors has got me stressed, but I just checked on CVS. Finally, they're giving me some taste.
Oh my God.
I'll see actual real life people. It'll be totally strange.
Holy shit. He does not have a family. Alright, let's keep moving. No, I don't believe that at all. Putin literally said 2 years ago that Western elites eat human flesh. They are used to filling their bellies with human flesh and their pockets with money for centuries.
В западных элитах очень сильное желание заморозить существующее положение, несправедливое положение вещей в международных делах. Они привыкли столетиями набивать брюхо человеческой плотью, а карманы деньгами. Но они должны понять, что бал вампиров заканчивается. В западных элитах.
And he means that literally. He means that literally. If anybody's not familiar. And, you know, the whole reason I even bring up the whole, I guess, organ donor situation and also even hamburger meat, it's because, well, there might be a correlation between the two to some degree. Some people think that there might be some human flesh ending up in the burger meat somehow, some way. I'm not saying I know too much. I'm just saying I've been hearing lots of different rumors over the past few weeks. Kind of seems like I'm being fed the information half the time because I'm just like, I don't want to know about this, but I keep hearing about it. It keeps appearing. Now I'm just kind of like, ah, shit. I gotta tell people about this stuff. Otherwise, we're just going to keep eating a bunch of random shit in our food. And they've gotten good at, I guess, just making other food appear as if it's something else. I know, it's crazy. I hate the world we're going into, but I guess we have to expose it so that we can fix it. All right, U.S. not rushing trade deals ahead of August deadline. We'll talk with China, Bessent says. It's from yesterday. Trump muddles federal government rollback with blue state threats. Trump muddles. I guess I posted that twice. Not trying to. It does it on its own sometimes. All flights were grounded due to this outage. Alaska Airlines resumes operations after tech outage grounds all flights. Musk X refuses to hand over data in politically motivated French investigation. ICE chief will continue to permit mask use by agents. Hunter Biden unleashes profanity-laced rant against Democrats in Channel 5 interview. I might actually want to watch this because, yeah, I remember hearing that he was going off on quite a few different people. Did not actually see it, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess I did report on this. I thought it was just towards George Clooney, but I guess it was something within the same rant. Let's go to the journal. Got a video? Is this it? This is probably it. Get out of here.
Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him and
Okay, I guess the video is not censored, but here we go.
everybody around him. I don't have to be fucking nice. Number one, I agree with Quentin Tarantino. Fucking George Clooney is not a fucking actor. He is a fucking I don't know what he is. He's a brand. And by the way, and God bless him. You know what? He supposedly treats his friends really well. You know what I mean? Buys them things. And he's got a really great place in Lake Como. And he's great friends with Barack Obama. Fuck you. What do you have to do with fucking anything? Why do I have to fucking listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his fucking life to the service of this country and decide that you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the fucking New York Times to undermine the president at a time in which, by the way, what do people care about the most? Why do you think that the Republicans have an advantage over us? Because they're unified. They will go along with anything. I wasn't asking anybody to go along with anything. I was asking people to go along with this. The most successful administration in my lifetime. And I'm including the Obama administration, I'm including the Reagan administration, I'm including every administration in my lifetime. We have gotten more done for the agenda of the things that your generation and my generation cared about than any president in history. And we didn't get it all done, but more than anybody else with the slimmest majority ever. And everybody said that there's no way that he's ever going to be able to do that. And you know what George Clooney did? Because he sat down, I guess, because he was like given the blessing by the Obama team or the Obama people and whoever else, and David Axelrod and whoever the fuck else, is to go, okay, yeah, you know what? We are going to insert our judgment over yours. Me and James Carville, who hasn't run a race in 40 fucking years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama. And that was because of Barack Obama, not because of fucking David Axelrod. And David Plouffe, and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior fucking speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who have been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40-50 million off the Democratic Party. They're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times, how to pass more legislation than any president in history, how to have a better midterm election than anybody in history, and how to garner more votes than any president that has ever run. And they're going to replace their judgment for his.
Wow. Okay, so I guess the birds are starting to sing a bit, if you ask me. Okay. This is getting interesting. I mean, I don't think it correlates with anything to do with the Obama treason claims, but it does come at a good time for it. And with that starting to come out with Obama, we might start to see some other movement with other Democratic players that will start to chirp against one another, if you will. So, in that analogy, we might start to see that the birds are going to be singing here soon. Little birdie told me a secret. All right, this is going to be fun, guys. This is going to get fun. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to start this game up here soon. But we are going to cover a few more stories. I'm going to try to breeze through some of this stuff real quick. Brazil established tax advisory office in China amid deepening ties. Still got China digging its fingers into Brazil. Alan Dershowitz says it's not Trump admin that's hiding Epstein info, it's judges.
Is the government hiding a client list or anything that the Trump administration could release tonight?
No, there is no client list. There never has been a client list. A client list suggests that Jeffrey Epstein made a list of people to whom he trafficked women. What there is a redacted FBI affidavit from accusers. There are several of them. From accusers that accuse Jeffrey, that accuse various people of having improper sex. And that has been redacted. The names of the people accused have been blacked out. Now, of course, because I was the lawyer and I did all the investigations, I know who all these people are. I could figure out, based on everything that I saw, who Mr. X is, Mr. Y is, and Mr. Z. I can tell you right now, none of them are public figures who are currently in office. Some of them were previously in office. Some of them are dead. But there is no client list. And the redactions could be undone if you go to court. So many of the things that are being suppressed by two judges in Manhattan. And they're doing it largely to protect the alleged accusers who are, in the view of the judges, victims, even though we don't know what their actual status is. But the judges have issued orders, which is why I can't disclose things I'd love to disclose, saying that you can't disclose this information. But Pam Bondi and the Justice Department and Donald Trump are not responsible for that. I don't know of any information that they could disclose that they haven't disclosed. Now, maybe there is some, but I'm simply not aware of it. And so I think it's important to place the blame where the blame deserves to be placed. The vast majority of people who are in the files, and I know them all, I've seen all the names, the vast majority of them have already been disclosed. They're in articles all over the world. They're in books that have been written. So if we got everything, you would be shocked how few names are there that haven't already been disclosed. The media hasn't, by the way, done a good enough job in finding the people who have been disclosed in the public record. So that's that list.
Well, one thing I do agree with him on is that there is no actual, like, client list, in the sense that, I guess, there was, like, a specific list of people that he called for, like, these parties and everything. But there was this house phone book, apparently at the Palm Beach, well, I want to say it was the Palm Beach residence, but it could also be something that was affiliated with this island. But supposedly one of the butlers had handed over this phone book full of names, and it did have different clients in it, but some of it was like workers of, I think, the actual facility. But there were possibly other names. But then and there again, I would not be surprised if Democrats did try to plant certain big players into this file system. But I don't know what part of the list is real and what's not real. You see where I'm going with this? Like, I'm not trying to muddy the water here. Like, I would love to get to the truth too. I just don't think that the so-called client list is going to be a reliable source after all of the apparent cover-up that was going on. I mean, that even appears to continue to go on. You know, we all think that there's a cover-up going on right now. It's like, well, think about the last administration. I mean, who's to say that they didn't just create a bunch of fake files with new names and new information on it during that time period. They had that ability, and even more wiggle room during that time period, supposedly. So, um, I it's not that I want to get away from that story. It's just that at the same time, I do kind of see a little bit of what Trump's trying to say. It's like we kind of have to get away from this for the moment, um, unless there's more real information to come out that we don't already know. And he even said it himself, which I don't trust Dershowitz at all. He oversaw a lot of the legal case with Epstein, I think back in 2009, maybe some other time period as well, towards the original reason that he was arrested, which then kind of led up to the broader investigation with the FBI. But we had, the local Palm Beach Police Department get involved. But lots of weirdness around that whole situation where, things like Epstein had an open cell where he could just leave anytime he wanted to. What kind of jail system is that? You don't go to jail to have an open cell and just be able to walk around and leave. It's a very extreme case, and Dershowitz was right there, you know. Obviously not the entire time, but he was there for Epstein during that time period, and apparently was able to get him a pretty good deal. I don't trust him. I don't trust much of anything that he says. Got a reason not to, right? I don't know Ukrainian, so it's all a blur to me. Trump scores a trade deal, hat trick.
Fox News alert, another bad day to be a panicking. Trump scored a hat trick. He crossed 3 countries off his tariff hit list. You ready? First, it was the Philippines and Indonesia, the magic number 19% for both countries. And then the big one, the Japanese. $550 billion invested here and thousands of jobs created. And they'll be paying a 15% rate. Turns out Toyota tariffs work.
I just signed the largest trade deal in history. I think maybe the largest deal in history with Japan. And that was done with Japan. They had their top people here, and we worked on it long and hard, and it's a great deal for everybody. I always say it has to be great for everybody. It's a great deal. A lot different from the deals in the past, I can tell you that. But we're doing really well as a country. We're strong. We have a lot of money flowing in.
Fox News alert, another bad day to be a pan.
Remember John F. Kennedy Jr.? He was declared the frontrunner for the New York Senate seat back in 1999. Days later, his plane crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, and his rival, Hillary Clinton, was elected senator. Mary Mahoney was a Clinton White House intern. She knew enough of the inner workings of Bill's sexual advancements to be a star witness during the Clinton impeachment trials. She was brutally executed at a Starbucks she was managing in 1997. In 1993, White House counsel Vince Foster was found dead in Fort Marcy Park near D.C. He supposedly killed himself, and among a lengthy list of potential foul play, the bullet was never found. Then there's James McDougal, a key witness for White House prosecutors. He was serving his 3-year sentence for bank fraud at the Fort Worth Federal Medical Center in Texas. And just before he was to give a testimony before the grand jury, McDougal suffered a heart attack in solitary confinement.
Okay, so I guess this is the tweet that I saw last night where I thought he was going to deliver a speech by tomorrow morning. I guess this might have been false news or fake news. So yeah. Be aware if you... I guess there's really no way for me to know, though. Who's this X Alerts guy? One source for fast, accurate, trending news. Oh, it doesn't seem like you're accurate this time, buddy. Alright. Oops. Talked about that yesterday. The FDA is now saying it's okay to take ivermectin if you have COVID. But Community Note says the FDA has never authorized or approved ivermectin for the prevention or treatment of COVID-19 in humans or animals. Okay, it says also the video is from 2023. So, it might not be a relevant video. That Community Note was not attached to the video until later, though. So I did not see that. Pam Bondi says the Department of Justice does not shy away from uncomfortable truths. This is from 15 hours ago. Nor from responsibility to pursue justice wherever the facts may lead. The joint statement by the DOJ and FBI of the July 6th remains as accurate today as it was when it was written, namely that in the recent thorough review of the files maintained by the FBI in the Epstein case, no evidence was uncovered that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. President Trump has told us to release all credible evidence if Ghislaine Maxwell has information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims. The FBI and the DOJ will hear what she has to say. Therefore, at the direction of the Attorney General Bondi, I have communicated with counsel for Ms. Maxwell to determine whether she would be willing to speak with prosecutors from the department. I anticipate meeting with Ms. Maxwell in the coming days. Until now, no administration on behalf of the department had inquired about her willingness to meet with the government. That changes now. So you got Pam Bondi wanting to meet up with Ghislaine Maxwell. This is what I was trying to refer to earlier. I just couldn't remember all the details off the top of my head, but I remembered that I'd post something along the lines. I just forgot it was from her. So we have the direct source right here telling us that she wants to meet up with Ghislaine Maxwell. Is it herself or I guess possibly her team soon? I anticipate meeting with Miss Maxwell in the coming days, so it sounds like it's going to be her. Anyways, let's continue this video.
In 2015, Walter Scheib, a White House chef hired under Bill Clinton, joined the list. His body was found at the bottom of a river, nearly 2 miles from the base of the trail he was reportedly hiking. An autopsy determined that Scheib's death was accidental drowning, but he might have known too much. 27-year-old Democratic National Committee staffer Seth Rich was shot and killed in D.C. this year. There is speculation that he was the source of the controversial leaked emails allegedly sent by DNC staffers, and that he may have been murdered in retaliation. Then Sean Lucas, the lead attorney in a fraud case against the DNC, was found lying on the bathroom floor by his girlfriend when she returned home on August 2nd.
Oh yeah, this is the burger meat thing. This was former Austrian Prime Minister Paul Keating's young daughter leaving Jeffrey Epstein's luxury apartment. It's one big club, says concerned citizen. So they're just like casually leaving together. She doesn't seem like she's in any type of danger, but I don't know too much context here. All right, McDonald's sells 6.5 million burgers in one single day.
So I was curious the other day and found this online. McDonald's sells 6.5 million burgers in one single day. That's 195 million burgers a month. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't see cows lined up around every corner waiting to be turned into patties. I mean, seriously, do the math. Even if you stretched one cow into a bunch of burgers, you're still talking millions of cows just to keep up. Every day. So I started asking myself, where are all these cows coming from? Is there some secret super ranch hidden underground? Are they growing cows in labs, cloning meat behind closed doors? People laugh it off, but think, when was the last time you even saw a cow farm big enough to supply this madness? And don't say imported beef, because even globally, the numbers don't add up smooth. And look, I'm not saying it ain't real meat. I'm just asking the question no one wants to. What the hell are we eating? Because if it ain't cows, then what is it? Remember, I'm not insinuating anything. I am simply asking a question.
This is just a theory, not a fact.
There was something else that I found recently where they were talking about there being tons of different kinds of DNA in the same patty meat, meaning it was from several different species of different animals and of the like. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of it is grounded up filler, where maybe essentially the body parts that are not consumed normally would be grounded up into a consumable form. And then let's just say they put all kinds of different animal pieces that are left over into the same filler, which I know that sounds gross, but it's just something to, I guess, kind of build a theory on. That would be my general idea of what's happening, but I don't know for sure, and I don't even remember where that story came from, but it was very recent, maybe even like past day or so that I might have even talked about it. I might have even like read it over the weekend and didn't get to cover it. But anyways, illegals on scooters terrorize NYC. What?
Miller, White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. Stephen, I thank the good Lord that this agent is okay. But others have not been so lucky. And Americans across the board have suffered either their pocketbooks, their school overcrowding, health care, and also horrific crime. Your reaction to Hunter Biden's F off comment?
Well, Hunter Biden's father, his administration, presided over the greatest invasion on American soil in American history. The mass theft and pillaging of American jobs, wealth, and security. And you're seeing the results of that with that video footage that we've all watched now of two illegal aliens with serial criminal records that Joe Biden, that the Democrats, the Democrat Party, purposely let into the country, set free, had custody of, and released. And then they ambushed this brave CBP officer who, despite the injuries he sustained, fought off his attackers. And, of course, one of those attackers, you can now see the footage, was dumped by his accomplice in an emergency room after sustaining 3 gunshot wounds. But this is happening all over this country. Joe Biden and the Democrat Party allowed millions of military-age men with criminal records and criminal intentions and criminal ambitions into the country to prey on us, to prey on our cities, to prey on our communities. Then on top of that, millions more are stealing our benefits, stealing health care, stealing spots on our public.
I get so irritated by this chick's face. Her just dumb look, her dead glare whenever she's like talking to somebody.
Schools and stealing the wages and the incomes of working Americans. It is a travesty across the board.
What?
Under President Trump's leadership, though, record numbers are being picked up, deported, arrested, jailed, and sent out.
And Stephen, instead of actually rethinking their sanctuary policies, especially just giving...
All right. JFK Jr. has officially removed the COVID shot from the childhood vaccine schedule.
Hi, everybody. I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your HHS Secretary, and I'm here today with NIH Director Dr. Jay Bhattacharya and FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary. I couldn't be more pleased to announce that as of today, the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule. Last year, the Biden administration urged healthy children to get yet another COVID shot despite the lack of any clinical data to support the repeat booster strategy in children.
That ends today. It's common sense and it's good science.
There's no evidence healthy kids need it today, and most countries have stopped recommending it for children.
We're now one step closer to realizing President Trump's promise to make America healthy again.
Produced by the
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna cover this video, and then I'm gonna cover this one, and then we're gonna start the game. So, Hillary Clinton may finally face prison. Trump orders full declassification. President Trump has just ordered immediate release of all FBI files related to Crossfire Hurricane, the infamous Russian collusion investigation. This means John Durham's report confirms...
Next, sir, we have a presidential memorandum for your attention. This memorandum requires the immediate declassification of all FBI files relating to the Crossfire Hurricane investigation. This was obviously one of the instances of the weaponization of law enforcement powers of prosecution against you and others. We believe that it's long past time for the American people to have a full and complete understanding of what exactly is in those files.
Which gives the media the right to go in and check it. You probably won't bother because you're not going to like what you see. But this was total weaponization. It's a disgrace. Should never happen in this country. But now you'll be able to see for yourselves, all declassified. Is that correct? Would you say all declassified?
Yes, sir.
Everything?
The FBI file with there's a classified annex, but other than that, we'll put everything in the public eye.
Is anybody going to look? What about you? You going to look? And frankly, the FBI should be ashamed of themselves, and so should the Department of Justice, and so should Biden. Okay.
1913, which I want to point this out. I don't know who creates these videos, but Trump has actually been reposting some of this guy's stuff. So I think it's kind of interesting. But it does tend to be accurate. I mean, anything you question, just go ahead and fact check it. That's usually what I do whenever, I might have a question with something that I know may or may not be true. But this is all correct from what I remember. Pretty sure I watched the whole video, but I want to say most of it's correct. 2 quiet acts of Congress overturned everything our founders fought for. In 1913, while Americans were distracted, the federal government quietly seized control of your income and your currency. The 16th Amendment made direct taxation legal. I think he says all this in the video.
One day, the Federal Reserve will cease to exist, and federal income tax will be unconstitutional once again. Not because of conspiracy, but because these systems were never built on the consent of the governed. And what is built without the people eventually falls by them. In 1913, while Americans were distracted by the holidays, 2 quiet decisions rewrote the American Republic. The 16th Amendment gave Washington the power to tax your income, and the Federal Reserve Act gave a private banking cartel control over your money. Neither had the consent of the people, and both redefined the relationship between citizen and state. Before 1913, a federal income tax was unconstitutional by design. The founders understood that when government can tax your labor directly, it can control your life. That protection, written into the Constitution, was torn away. And the Federal Reserve, born in secret at Jekyll Island, drafted by bankers, passed in the dark, a private institution cloaked in public power, beyond elections, beyond accountability. Economist Milton Friedman said it best: no institution in the U.S. has such a high public standing and such poor record of performance? Let's review that record. The Fed doubled prices during World War I, helped spark the recession of 1929, then turned it into the Great Depression. It fueled the inflation of the 1970s, and in recent decades, it printed trillions to inflate Wall Street while draining Main Street. You didn't vote for this. You never gave your consent. This isn't what the founders envisioned, and it is not what the future demands.
Well, I have long been in favor of abolishing it. I think there is no institution in the United States that has such a high public standing and such a poor record of performance. On the whole, it has a very poor record. It's done far more harm than good.
My friends, we are all anonymous. And with the 250th anniversary of our republic upon us, it is time we, the people, restore what was promised in 1776.
Joining me now is Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. Senator Paul, you're a student of the Fed. Not that I want to pick on Sandra Smith, but we've never had a Treasury Secretary who was also Federal Reserve Chairman at the same time, Senator Paul. That's not historically true. I don't know why Scott Bessent mentioned that once upon a time.
Well, if you're going to fire the head of the Fed, why don't we replace him with no one?
Yes.
So my point is here's what everybody's always saying. Well, interest rates are too high or interest rates are too low. And it's just like the price of bread. Nobody knows the correct price of bread. No one knows the correct interest rates. The market knows. The market knows based on supply and demand. And you really shouldn't have a Federal Reserve Chairman trying to micromanage interest rates. Let's let the market decide.
Well, I agree with you, 100%. Do you have somebody that you would like to see as Fed Chair?
If we vote, I'm for none of the above.
Mm-hmm. None of it. You mean you want the chair vacant, or I haven't mentioned the right name yet?
No, I guess I'm indifferent. I want the system to be different. I don't want a open market committee or a chairman that is micromanaging interest rates. Interest rates should be based on supply and demand. And so I really don't want a Federal Reserve Chairman, really not a big fan of the Fed. The one thing I also want is an audit of the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, that's not very
and
democratic.
I also want the Fed to quit paying banks not
Why
to
do we
loan
have this
money.
guy
The Fed is paying $188
and the president doesn't even control it?
Not to loan money. 40% of that is going
Like,
to
who elected
foreign
Jerome
banks.
Powell?
So you talk about, should we be subsidizing the rich? The big rich banks in New York should not be getting Fed money to not loan money. That is ridiculous. It started in 2009 and we should stop it.
Even worse, they're losing money, hand over fist on a daily basis. Their interest paid is greater than the interest received. I mean, the Silicon Valley Bank went under for exactly the same reason, and the Fed is losing money every day, literally.
How can you have a printing press, Larry, and lose money? I could make money if I had a printing press. It's impossible, and yet they're doing it. So, yeah, we have real problems.
If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they... Look, he's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. If you look at those papers, they have them.
So yeah, Trump says Barack Hussein Obama is guilty of treason and tried to steal the election. Big claims. We also have Obama coming out We even have Stephen Colbert slapping back a little bit after the internet dropped some videos on him that were a little bit revealing, if you ask me. Where's that little clip it from Obama? Let's find that real quick. So it's relevant to what we're just talking about. It was basically Obama's response. Yeah, right here. Out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense of misinformation flowing out of the White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. So, it kind of makes me wonder if Obama might try to strike back with trying to continuously connect Trump to the Epstein list. Whether he is or is not on the list, I'm not sure, but I guess we'll see in time. I kind of speculate that he probably is on the flight logs, but he might not be on the call list. You see what I'm saying? There's slight variation, which, you know, being on a flight log list doesn't mean you necessarily went to an island. It could just be that there was, I don't know, maybe a crossover flight where they use the flight on a specific occasion because they didn't have a plane available. It seems like that might have happened a few times throughout Trump's life. Different people. So it's not, you know, it's not out of the question. I think it even happened whenever he was on his campaign. He accidentally used a plane that was used by Epstein at one point. But I don't think that, you know, that was intended to happen. I think it was just one of those weird circumstances. I don't know. I mean, clearly there's a history between the two people. Were they deep friends? I mean, very possible. Were they just associated because they're celebrities in a sense? Or maybe Epstein was constantly surrounding himself with celebrities? I mean, that would seem likely as well. I'm just trying to be unbiased about it. So yeah, anyways, this is from the office of President Barack Obama putting out that statement. But yeah. Alright, let's jump into this game, guys. I know I talked too long today. Let's go.
About time. Isaac.
Isaac, you made it.
Thank God.
I knew you'd catch up.
Good to see you made it, Isaac. You know, maybe we should give you two some time alone, huh?
What the hell does that mean?
It means for someone who's in the past, you're awfully glad to see him.
We need him. This mission needs
Come on,
him.
we need him or you need him?
You got something to say to me, Captain? Stop. Just stop. We need to shut down that damn machine, and we don't even know where it is.
She wants a
yet.
third.
I do.
That's what this is.
I mean,
I'm
I
just
think I
kidding.
know how to find it. Well,
Kidding.
I've been digging through what's left of the research notes, and
I thought all that stuff was destroyed.
well, computer data, yes. But the written logs discuss a signal tracking experiment that pinpointed the machine's exact location. Well, I think if we repeat it, we can do the same. But it's at the other end of the complex.
Yeah, fine, let's have a look. I could use a change of scenery.
He's a real asshole. You know that?
Pulse rifle. Yeah, it's got a grenade launcher. I don't want to lose out on damage. Alright, whatever. I'm gone. Go. Let's go! Kill some zombie aliens! Right now.
Hey, wait for Isaac. Isaac, we're just outside.
Yeah, and we're freezing. Hurry your ass up. Everybody move! How the hell did Danik's men find us? Come on! Come on! Run! Ellie! Go! Meet us at the warehouse!
I think I like the pulse rifle better in this game. I don't think I ever made the pulse rifle in this game until now. Where's my scavenger bot at? Why has it not come back yet? Should have picked it up last time. This way? What's over here?
Where did they come from?
They must have tailed us here.
That's impossible. Not through shock space.
Yeah? Well, they did.
Ellie, can you make it to the warehouse?
Oh, God. Here they come.
Ellie!
Colin, get you guys over here. He's this way.
Scavenger bot waiting. Took long enough. You going this way? It's the other way. Is that a door? I need to go that way. I might have to turn on some music. This music's kind of lame. might have to do that real quick. This music is not popping with me. Alright. Alright. Get everything on the screen. Good. Alright. Guess we're done. Alright. Let's just gonna go up here. Why not? That kind of hurt, man. Shit. Looks like they're in headshots. I have to turn it up, aren't I?
We are anything but safe. They're after Isaac and we're getting caught in the crossfire.
Look, the warehouse. The signal tracking experiment should be inside.
You're not worth as much trouble, Clark.
shit. I didn't know I was using that gun. Keep forgetting I got stasis.
The marker has a plan. When the time comes, you will be reborn. But for that to happen, Isaac Clarke must die. The future of our religion, of our very race, depends upon it. Stop him at any cost. Orphan, we pray.
I start using my stasis more. Over here. Don't come after me. Zombies one, really? Fuck, what the hell? That's not cool. Oh, my controller just went crazy on me. Stop it. Damn it. What the hell, man? Man. Damn, man. Did I just get hacked or something? Like all of a sudden, I'm getting attacked while I'm trying to like use this machine, and then my controller just stops working. That was weird. Attacked by AI, man. Something. Oh, come on, I was just there. That's stupid, man. It was literally in the process of moving. There we go. Oh. It wasn't moving for a second.
Calling platform online. Attention all hands. Obstruction detected. Please clear to resume drilling.
What is that noise? A giant drill blocking my way out. Maybe I can lower the safety gates.
Is that why?
Way to find out. Ellie! I'm trapped. The drill's trying to kill me.
Isn't there an off switch?
No! Wait. Yeah, there's a yellow fuse in the center. I'll try to shoot it.
Damn it. Get away from me. Get away am I out of ammo? Kill myself with it. Damn, bro. Where's all the ammo at? I need ammo. Dude, I'm out of everything. And now it finally gave me something. How many more times did I shoot that thing? There we go.
75% capacity.
Am I playing on hard mode?
Resuming operation in 5,
Probably not.
4, 3, 2,
oh, shit.
1. All hands. Clear the deck.
This turns even crazier now.
Fault detected. Drill core at 50% capacity. Resuming operation in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All hands. Clear the deck.
Okay, here we go. Here. You got it. Whew.
All systems shutting down.
Okay, Ellie. We're headed to the warehouse now.
Is everything okay?
Oh yeah, between this planet trying to kill us, your boyfriend hating me, this has been a wonderful trip so far.
Not usually like this. I don't know why.
Just let us fight it out, okay? One of us will win eventually. Did you find the experiment?
Yes.
And?
You'll just have to see it.
Oh, good.
One of us will win your heart, babe. She's like, okay.
get inside that thing?
Yes! This is such a wonderful opportunity.
The son of a bitch is frozen solid. How do we get in?
The scientists use heat exchangers. Let me try to ignite them. No good.
Probably a furnace on the roof. If I can find it, I get right in.
Isaac, be careful up there, alright?
Yeah, that'll hurt yourself.
Change the song up. Damn. Plenty of medkits. Holy shit.
Personal log, Dr. Earl Savannah. The Nexus experiment is, well, it's incredible. We have discovered 2 units of
Yeah, that took way too long to reload. What the hell? I know they can shoot stuff too. Was I supposed to grab it somewhere? remember where it's at. Did I ever hear somewhere? Did I miss it? Is it over there? I see something blue. Is it right next to me at the very beginning? Oh, it is not it. What's it on? Gotta grab it somewhere. There? Oh, there it is. Okay. Did I not see another one over here? Yeah. Where's he going? He's going away from me. Yeah. I'm not kill either one of those.
How's it looking from... Great.
Hey, thanks for putting up with Robert. You know, he's not been himself.
Norton just thinks I'm trouble in a couple of ways. But you need me for the mission, and that's why I'm here. That plus, well, frankly, I hope.
Alec, is that Isaac? Great. You two having a nice little chat?
He just called to say he got the furnace going. He's on his way back now. Isaac, I'll see you soon.
We're already downstairs. Oh, okay. Nice. I feel like wasting my parts on it. Nice. It almost looks like he belongs in a different game now.
The heat exchangers are powered up now, but the specimen isn't thawing. Is there something wrong with the mechanism?
Yeah, I think it's frozen shut. I may be able to work it free by adjusting the pressure in the pipes. Hang on.
Tell me which one to do. Oh, it is, okay.
Researchers built a sensor to track that signal upstream to find the machine.
So where's the sensor?
Probably destroyed. But I did find the blueprints to make a new one.
I think I know where this is going.
There was something else I was supposed to make. Oh, I was just supposed to pick up something.
Put the coordinates in your rig. It is most likely to be locked down tight. Here. I found these research passcodes when we arrived. They got us into this warehouse. Maybe they will work for the other buildings as well.
Well, we'll find out. Back soon.
Hope I can piece together enough of this research. Wait, why are you still here? I'll be fine.
Okay, geniuses, here's a question. Let's say the stupid experiment works and you find the machine, then what? Do you guys even have a clue about turning it off?
Well, Admiral Graves referred to a codex. She said it was the key to controlling the machine.
Yes. I've been able to decrypt several of Dr. Ronald's logs, and he references someone named Rosetta as being instrumental in forging the key.
Are you listening to yourselves? You don't know any more about this bullshit than I do.
If I can find the parts to make a sensor, we can find the machine. Then we can figure out this codex business.
Unbelievable.
Cultist. Well, I guess I didn't have to do it. I got any good stuff? Nobody? Oh, y'all do. Good. What was that? Oh, yeah. Stalker. Got plenty of those in my life. Don't need any more. Thank you. Think you listened? Yeah, we got stalkers. Oh yeah, I need to use my stasis. Yeah. I'm glad I pressed the wrong button there. Oh, this way? Guess so.
We cannot expect 100% compliance. Therefore, the military arm of this final quarantine campaign will divide into 3 tiers of soldiers on sweeping cleanse duty. The first crew disables all vehicles. The next takes census of the personnel who have obeyed the order and provides assistance to those who have not.
I like this song.
All data, records, and communication structures on Talvalet and in orbit. At the end of these tasks, each group will consider their mission objectives complete and will receive and terminate. God bless the sovereign colonies. May he have mercy on us all. If you are watching this film, it means despite our every precaution, containment has become a necessity. It is now up to us to make the ultimate sacrifice for the safety of the sovereign colonies that we have sworn to protect. We understand we cannot expect 100% compliance. Therefore, the military arm of this final quarantine campaign
I don't have the torque bar thingy. No, I thought I had one.
The next takes census of the personnel who have obeyed the order and provides assistance to those who have not.
So we got stalkers. Oh. No faster. Stay with me. Ruined that song for me, man. Oh, cool. don't like this thing. Yeah, it wouldn't let me go down. Why wouldn't it let me go down? Why are we starting? Oh, maybe I was going the wrong direction. Go that way. Got it. Sometimes I won't go the direction I tell it to go. Oh shit, what's that? How did that bust out? I don't like that. It was like busted out for like no reason. What's all this? Ooh. Man, there's a lot of shit. Found a probe part. Part number 2. These are pretty easy to find if you ask me. Look up. Let's see if I can go that direction. Can I go across this way? Looks like I can. What's the point? I'm supposed to be able to grab something from here. Why would it let me go this way? I think there would be something right here. I need to get my scavenger box back. I don't even have one right now. It's still telling me to go down there. I need to get all the parts. I don't know where that last part is at. Oh wait, what's this? I think I just found it. Yeah, probably supposed to let this down, or up and down first, so looks like it's right there. Oh, okay, now I see it. Now I see what it means. I just like randomly found that too. Glad I got curious. Now I understand why this thing is here.
Okay, Santos. I think I've got all the parts for the sensor.
Excellent. Do you think you can reconstruct it?
I just need to find a bench and call up the blueprint. It shouldn't be too difficult.
What? Why? There we go. Oh shit, here we go. Try to get all the way. Get away from me. Get away from me, dude. One second. Okay. Let us continue. Glad you can't get around this thing very easily. Shit. What the? Damn, you get around quick. Damn, bro, get away. Got him. Let's go sing his ass. How did I not get it? Maybe it did. Didn't miss. Got it. Come on, bitch. Running on.
That beast thing keeps running away before I can kill it.
Oh, God, we can't seem to catch a break. Well, if the sensor works, we will have the machine's location.
If this planet doesn't kill us first.
We'll find it. I'll be back soon. Hey, anyone been out to check the armory?
No. Why?
Oh, shit. That's what I thought. Someone with a trail of flares and they're still burning.
Oh, God. You don't think Danica and his men are...
Find out.
It is now up to us to make the ultimate sacrifice for the safety of the sovereign colonies that we have sworn to protect. We understand we cannot expect 100% compliance. Therefore, the military arm of this final quarantine campaign will divide into 3 tiers.
Yeah. Still haven't even gotten to a workbench yet. We're going. This way. Gotta get the little map thing.
Okay, Isaac, I am done fucking around here. Danik has ships. We can take one, get out of here. If you care at all about Ellie, you will do this. For her.
Haven't you been paying attention? We're the only hope of saving our entire race.
There is no hope, Isaac. None. The best we can hope for is to survive and get the hell off this planet.
On me. Get off. Come on, hurry up. Keeps jumping on me. Is it one of those head things? I don't know. Away from me.
guys. I'm back.
Oh, thank God. Did you find all the central parts?
Yep. I'll use the bench down here to fabricate it. Hold on.
You got shotguns? Amplified chain gun and force gun. That sounds pretty cool. Pitch Black. Is that from like the Pitch Black movie? Pretty cool. Good.
Wow. This looks pretty lethal for science equipment. So what do I do with it?
The research says the scientists took their readings internally. So, I guess we have to pry open the specimen's belly? Well, that would explain the harpoon gun.
Oh, good.
Who's that? Don't worry about it.
Through the belly of the beast, I guess. Oh my god. You gonna open it? Or do we gotta talk first? What does it want me to do? I don't know what that was. Those aren't my songs. Where did that even come from? That's weird. Strange, maybe it ran out of the list. I was about to say, like, those aren't my songs. Alright, I probably should be getting off of here before too long. I don't know what it wants me to do though.
You'll need to ride the cage out to the opening. Norton, can you help us?
You gotta be kidding me.
I'll save it. I'll go inside. I just need you to lower me down.
Yeah, whatever. Get in the cage.
Into the body cavity. Oh, lovely. I guess I head into the belly of the beast.
So Santos, how will this work exactly?
Use the gun's sensor attachment to locate the nerve cluster. It should ping when you're close.
And then what?
Shoot a probe into it, I suppose. My telemetry will light up and we'll have the location of the machine. Finally, something simple, right?
I don't know what I'm looking for. Thought I'd just shoot one of these things. Well, I don't want to waste my ammo. Is there a specific one I'm supposed to shoot? Kind of hard to see in here. Damn. Why doesn't it do anything? Kinda just want to get off for the night. I think I might be done for tonight, guys. Well, that's not doing anything, so I'm just kinda like, okay, you're not telling me what to do. Investigate aiming system, specimen probes. Oh wait, I need to get that gun out. Why am I not using that? Oh, I'm stupid. I'm really stupid. Hold up. I want to restart the checkpoint. Then we'll redo this part. Plus, I want to put one of these things in here.
Alright, guess I just aim the probe and follow the pig. Doesn't sound too hard.
I don't understand.
God, Santos, it's moving!
Don't worry, it's quite dead.
You sure about that?
Yeah. for me. Alright.
Isaac, are you all right?
This thing's got one hell of a defense mechanism. Well, did it work?
He's got little people inside
The
of him.
signal is just a trickle. I can't see the fix on any specific location.
All right. I'm gonna find another nerve cluster.
Yes, good idea. That should boost the signal.
Still doesn't tell me where. Am I listening for that little beep? I think I am. Oh, here it is. Thanks. That wasn't it, really?
Nothing. Need to find a stronger signal ping. Still nothing. There's gotta be an active node somewhere. All right. Come on. Come and get me.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Look, I want to get out of here. How's the signal?
Definitely stronger, but
One more.
one more. Isaac, it worked! It worked! I got the fix on the machine's location.
Not now!
Yep. Yeah, get off me! No, get off me! No! Get off me! Get off me! Over there! Fucking A. Damn it! It wouldn't let me out. That's some bullshit, man. I was trying to like cover my ass while I was in there, but it kind of ended up being a death trap, didn't it? I wish it just made me do the last part again.
God, Santos, it's moving!
I'm just gonna dance around this cage. How about that?
You sure about that?
Get off me. definitely did.
Thing's got one hell of a defense mechanism. Well, did it work?
No. The signal is just a trickle. I can't get a fix on any specific location.
All right. We're gonna find another nerve cluster.
Yes, good idea. That should boost the signal.
Nothing. Find a stronger signal ping. Again. All right. Come on. Come and get me.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Look, I want to get out of here. How's the signal?
Definitely stronger, but...
One more?
One more.
How do I remember that was it? I'm not gonna get inside the cage. We're gonna dance around the cage.
Isaac, it worked! It worked! I got the fix on the machine's location!
Santos, not now!
Drop me! It's a waste of time. Get off. Yay.
That better be the last.
Much better.
Santos, please tell me you got what you needed.
Yes, thank you. It will take me a moment to sift through the data.
Fine. I'm gonna head back to the cage.
Ready when you are, Norton.
About to say I'm already here. Come on.
Norton!
Alright, I'm definitely getting off after this.
On the machine?
Yes.
So I appreciate everybody just stopping by.
Far below the planet's surface. There has to be.
Hopefully you liked the video. Go ahead and like if you did.
Further up the mountain.
If you're new to the channel, go ahead and follow.
Santos and I will start setting up the base of the cliff.
If you're lucky, I might be out sometime. Get them on.
Sure. Sure, I'll be careful. And Ellie,
Yeah.
I love you. You know that, right?
Yeah, of course. Isaac, views at the cliff.
Got it.
Don't do anything weird. No, you want to.
Norton, open the cage.
No.
What? You want to die here? Now's your chance. I'm taking control of this mission again. Hey, where you going?
saving help. North! North! North!
Ellie, can you hear me? Damn it. He jammed my signal.
You wouldn't believe the trouble you saved me.
Nice work.
What? Well, here he is. The marker killer, Isaac Clarke. And here we are. The marker homeworld. Yeah, I must admit, I almost didn't believe such a place existed. But thanks to your friend, Norton, I finally found it. That's how it follows through shark space.
Well, he is a bright one. Only one side. Cover the rest of us can go home.
Hey, you've got me. Let the others go.
It's a very difficult thing, you know, undoing the damage man has done. Everything we touch, we contaminate, we corrupt. The markers had a plan for us, but we took what should have been a magnificent gift and perverted it.
Jesus, spare some bullshit.
I've spent an entire lifetime trying to undo the damage man has done. Fighting EarthGov's ongoing research, liberating the markers from those profane testing facilities. And now, I just have one problem left to purge. All of you.
No, you promised me a ship, Janet. We had a deal.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. I can't afford to leave even one of you left alive. Apologies for missing.